Your cat understands these words. You're using them wrong. Your cat knows exactly what you're saying right now, and it is ignoring you on purpose. We've all been there. You call your cat's name, they look at you, lock eyes with you, and then slowly turn their head away like you said absolutely nothing. And you think, this animal is dumb. But your cat is not dumb. Your cat knows way more than you think, and you've been talking to it completely wrong this whole time. Today I'm going to walk you through the actual words and sounds cats understand, why they respond to some things and completely ignore others, and some stuff scientists found out about cat communication that is honestly kinda wild. Here's the biggest mistake almost every cat owner makes. You talk to your cat the same way you talk to another adult person. Normal voice, normal tone, full sentences. Hey, have you eaten today? And then you're confused when they don't react. Cats don't process language like we do. They're not listening for specific words. They're listening to the pattern of sounds, the rhythm, the pitch, the tone. When you talk to a cat in a flat, adult conversation voice, you might as well be background noise to them. A cat's brain is wired around sound patterns. High-pitched sounds meant small prey. Low rumbles meant danger. That's thousands of years of wiring. So when you walk up and say, "What you doing today?" in the most neutral voice possible, their brain registers it as basically nothing interesting. But what if you changed your voice? What if you sounded a little more like a cat? What cats actually understand? Your cat's name. Studies have shown that cats can recognize their own name. Researchers in Japan played cats recordings of different words with similar sound patterns and then their actual name. The cats consistently reacted differently when they heard their name. Ear movements, head turns, tail flicks, they knew. But here's the catch. Cats respond better to names that end in a high sound or a vowel. Luna, Mimi, Leo, Bella. That last bright sound is something a cat's ear naturally latches onto, and saying their name with a slightly higher pitch at the end, almost like a question, lands way better than saying it flat. Luna? Hits different than Luna. Trust me on this one. The trill. Adult cats almost never meow at other cats, almost never. The meow is something cats basically developed to communicate with humans. Think about that. Your cat invented a whole language just to talk to you. Between themselves, cats use chirps, trills, and body language. The trill, that little brr sound, is a greeting. When your cat does that when you walk into a room, they're saying hello. And if you trill back at them, they understand it. Researchers found that cats are more likely to approach and engage when a human mimics the trill. You can have a little back and forth using just that one sound. It sounds ridiculous. It genuinely works. Tone is everything. The words you use matter way less than how you say them. High, soft, repeated sounds mean safe and friendly. Come here, come here, come here, said softly, slightly higher than your normal voice. That registers as worth investigating. Low, sharp, sudden sounds mean stop. A firm sh or a clap will stop most cats faster than yelling their name 5 times. This is why yelling at your cat doesn't work. When you say no in a big booming voice, the cat doesn't connect that to what it was just doing. It just connects it to you being a threat. So it either runs or stares at you blankly because now you're the scary thing, not the behavior. The better move is a short, firm, single syllable said with a drop in tone. Ah, hey, said once, clearly. Way more readable to a cat than a full meltdown. Words cats learn over time. Cats don't learn vocabulary the way dogs learn commands, but they absolutely learn associations between sounds and outcomes. Whatever word you use consistently before feeding time, hungry, treats, dinner, your cat learns that sound means something good is about to happen. Not because they understand the word, because their brain built a sound to event connection. This is why some cats seem to understand way more than others. It's not intelligence, it's consistency. If you always make the same sound before something good happens, your cat builds a mental library. You can do this on purpose. Same word every time before the treat bag. A few weeks later, that word alone gets a reaction. The slow blink. You've heard about this. Maybe you wrote it off as internet cat content, but it's real and it's documented. A direct stare in cat language is threatening. It's what cats do before a fight.
If you stare at a cat you don't know, you stress it out. A slow blink, close your eyes slowly, hold a second, open, is the opposite. It tells your cat you're not a threat. Researchers at the University of Sussex tested this and found that cats were significantly more likely to approach a person who slow blinked at them. They also returned the blink more often to humans who initiated it first. Next time your cat is staring at you from across the room, try it. Slow blink, look away, wait. A lot of the time, they blink back. Some of them walk towards you. It's one of the most direct ways to speak your cat's actual language. Here's the part that's going to change how you see your cat. Cats are not ignoring you because they're dumb or because they don't care. They're ignoring you because you're speaking in a language that doesn't compute for them. Wrong pitch, wrong rhythm, wrong tone. From the cat's perspective, you've been making random noise. Research comparing how cats respond to their owners versus strangers found something interesting. Cats were far more responsive to their owner's specific voice. They know your voice. They've learned your patterns. The problem is they've also learned that most of the sounds you make don't mean anything relevant to them. But when you start using the right tools, the trill, the slow blink, the high soft sound for good things, and the short low sound for stop, something shifts. The cat starts responding instead of ignoring, because now you're speaking a language their brain was built for. A lot of people think cats are just antisocial animals that barely tolerate humans, but a huge chunk of so-called antisocial cat behavior is just a communication breakdown that's been going on for years. The cat doesn't know what you want, you don't know what the cat is saying. You both just exist in the same space without really connecting. Once you start paying attention to the signals that actually land, you realize how much your cat is communicating all the time. The trill at the door, the slow blink from the couch, the tail pointing straight up when they walk towards you. That's a friendly greeting, by the way. Your cat is talking constantly. You just haven't been listening in the right way. Let's run through it. Your cat recognizes its name, especially with a bright ending sound and a slight upward tone. They respond better to higher, softer voices for positive things and short, firm sounds when you want them to stop. The trill is one of the most direct ways to connect. Do it back and they get it. The slow blink is real and it works. And any word you repeat consistently before something good happens will become a word your cat responds to. None of this is complicated. No training sessions, no special equipment. Just paying attention to how your cat perceives sound and communicating in a way that actually makes sense to its brain. And once you start doing this, you're going to look at your cat completely differently because they're not just sitting there. They're paying attention to you. They're building a picture of who you are based on your sounds and your patterns. They know more than you ever gave them credit for. Subscribe. There's a lot more like this coming.